All right, everyone, I'm going to show you how to use Google Maps to find your perfect location for your dental practice. Now, in my personal opinion, demographic reports are fine, but they don't give you the full picture. They give you a lot of macro information, like a big view of the whole area, but I don't know if you've ever looked at a demographics report, but there's a lot of information, there's a lot of numbers, there's a tiny map of the zip code or center of the area that you're looking at. And certainly these can cost a couple $100s too. So in my opinion, if you're looking to go somewhere, personally, you might as well spend those couple $100 if it's out of state or out of town to fly there, drive there, and check out the area itself. Because in my opinion, there's nothing better than scouting out the location yourself to see things that you don't see in a demographics report. Like you can see potential sites to build, traffic flow, things that are called psychological barriers. For example, if you're in a certain part of town and there's a road that divides, like, quote unquote, the good or bad side of town, those are important psychological barriers. You may want to look at the values of the people in the surrounding neighborhoods, meaning, for example, you can look at people's lawns or yards and see how well they keep their how they keep their lawn, because that can tell you a lot of information about your potential clients. And if it doesn't match with the type of office that you want to build, like, for example, you see a bunch of houses that have lawns that are not kept up, nothing's mowed, and you want to build a nice high-end fee-for-service office, then it doesn't match up. Other things you can find are major employers in the area if you're looking to do heavy PPO marketing. So a lot of information. If you use Google Maps, you can find the area that you can build a practice in, and you can drive the area, and it gives you a ton of reports. So I'm going to show you an example of a spot that I found for my friend Kevin Rhodes. He's a dentist in Austin, Texas, that turned out to be a very successful fee-for-service office. So this is how I did it. So what you do is you open your browser. Here I am, like I'm in Austin, Texas. So I went here, I clicked Austin, Texas, and I did a search, and it shows up Austin, Texas. So what I did is for example, now that I'm in Austin, Texas, I can type dentists, and it shows me a bunch of red dots. So when I was looking for my practice or for my friend's practice, I looked at all these red dots, and I zoomed in on this map, and you can zoom in by putting this plus. And I looked for, he wanted to live in North Austin, so we had a beginning spot to look at. But for example, I'll show you where his office is. So we were looking around, and we can pull up a map right here, and it shows you North Austin and pass into Georgetown. And all these red dots are dentists. So what we did is we looked for clumps of areas where there were a bunch of dentists, and they looked for areas that were blank. So an example in this case, this is his current office right here. But when I was looking to find him a practice, I saw that, hey, look, over here there were clumps of dentists, and over here there were clumps of dentists, but over here there was nothing. So before he was here, there was nothing. So this map would show no red dots there. So there's a red dot here, but this certainly wasn't there before also. And certainly, obviously, if this red dot shows nothing and this one shows big information, that means that my friend has got his rank up on Google, or at least his listing more noticeable than this one. So this is how you use Google Maps. You search for the city that you want to go to, you type in dentist, and then you look for areas of emptiness, and then you can zoom in. So in this case, we zoomed in right here, and we noticed that initially over here, we can see all these dentists right here. And what I did personally is I printed out a view of this map, old school style. I printed out, and I put the red dots in, and I got in my car and I drove it, and we confirmed that there were dentists right here. We confirmed that, oh, there are more dentists right here also. And then we confirmed that over here, at least at the beginning, there was nothing. And we also drove all the way over here off a major highway, I-35, and we see that there are a lot of dentists here also. So once you get an area that you see that there aren't many dentists practicing, that's a start. And then, like I said, I printed out these maps, and then we drove these areas to confirm it. So that's what I would suggest you do too. And then another thing you can do also here is when you drive these areas, remember, you confirm if there are dentists here or there, but you can also look and you can evaluate the traffic pattern, and you can evaluate certainly commercial areas to build. In this spot right here, there was a commercial building that was unleased, that had open spots, so it was perfect for my friend to rent, or I believe he actually bought, has a mortgage on the building. But one of the things that a demographics report can't tell you is also the traffic flow and the traffic pattern. So one thing you can do if it's very cool with Google Maps is, check it out. How do I do this? Where is, if you want to go to Google Earth. Uh, Sorry, I usually use my PC. This is my Mac. Oh, here we go. So you can click Google Earth right here, and one of the cool things you can do is it gives you an Earth view, a satellite view of this. And what do I see here off the bat? Whoa, I see tons and tons and tons of homes. This is a perfect area to build a practice. Okay, let's zoom out a little. Okay, but we can see that over in this entire area, and actually over towards the right a little more, these are nothing but homes. This is thousands and thousands and thousands of people that will be your potential clients. Now look, this Dr. Heaton right here, he has a practice that's looks like it's a pretty good location also. But certainly my friend Kevin came in here before and he had the ability to grow his practice very nicely. So let's look at this. We see that there's a lot of neighborhoods here, but let's look at one more thing. Let's go back to this map view for a second. But we can see if we zoom out, one thing that a demographics report can't tell you is traffic flow. So look at this. We are between, my friend's practice is between a major highway, I-35, which runs through Austin, Texas, and this is 183A, which is now a tollway. So if someone lived in these neighborhoods, where did they go? Well, you would find that if you drove this area, people can go this way towards I-35, which takes them to the main road that takes them in or out of town, away from Austin, in Austin towards major businesses. You would also see that if you drove this, you would see that over in this area is where there's a lot of grocery shopping. There's a lot of stores there, Home Depot and everything. So people that live here in this area, they may go to work over here, but they may likely drive over here to go to visit all the grocery stores and all the shopping centers. So this is a perfect location because his office here is right off the main road and is very visible. So demographics report can't tell you that. They can't tell you the traffic flow patterns and where people would likely go. Okay, so that's the value of physically driving the area in terms of a demographics report. Honestly, when I built my office, when I built my office from scratch, my office did like 1.2 million within a year, fee for service, and I see about 4 patients a day, doctor side. I see I have 2 hygienists, but one of the things that allows that is a great location because I did the same thing. I didn't buy a demographics report. I certainly eventually got one, but I went to citydata.com, which is free, just to confirm what I was looking at. But I drove it myself, and I did this organic research by driving it, which, in my opinion, like I said, gives you way more information than a demographics report. So, in this case, let me show you one more thing before we're done with this video. But we're going to zoom in. I can do a street view of this for you, likely right here. So we'll drop this guy right here. And this depends on how old this picture is, but if it's a new enough picture on Google Maps, you'll see that there it is, right here. There's his office. And you see it's right at the entrance of a neighborhood, right on this main road. Like I said, this way takes us to I-35, which is the main highway through Austin. And this way takes us to all the shopping centers. So people that live in this area or that neighborhood like I showed you, use this road, and it has high visibility for my friend. And obviously, it gives him good business, and he's very successful. So I hope this helps. Like I said, demographics report can be valuable, but in my opinion, there's nothing like driving the area. So good luck with that, and hope you find a very nice location for your future practice.